You're playing a PlayStation 2?
The PlayStation 2, abbreviated PS2, is Sony's second video game console, the successor to the successful PlayStation, and the predecessor to the PlayStation 3 as part of the PlayStation series. Only a few million people had obtained consoles by the end of 2000 due to manufacturing delays. The PS2 was so popular after its release that it was difficult to find units on retailers' shelves. The PS2 initially sold well partly on the basis of the strength of the PlayStation brand and the console's backward compatibility, selling over 900,000 units in the first week in Japan.
PlayStation 2 is backwards compatible with PlayStation games and allows for DVD video playback. The ability to play DVD movies was an added incentive for customers to be able to justify purchasing the PS2.
The PS2 also supports PlayStation memory cards and controllers as well. There is also support for the internal PlayStation 2 HDD, which is placed in the expansion bay at the rear of the console.
However, a handful of PlayStation titles, notably Metal Gear Solid Special Missions, fails to run on the PS2 at all. Special Missions fails to recognize Metal Gear Solid at the disc swap screen, for example. This problem appears to have been rectified in the slimline version of the PS2, where most of the previously unplayable PlayStation games can now be played. With the purchase of a separate unit called the network adapter, which is built into the slimline model, some PS2 games support online multiplayer instead of having a unified subscription-based online service like Xbox Live. Online multiplayer on the PS2 is split between publishers and run on third-party servers.
Most recent PS2 online games have been developed to exclusively support broadband internet access. Xbox Live similarly requires a broadband internet connection. Sony released a version of the Linux operating system for the PS2 in a package that also includes a keyboard, mouse, Ethernet adapter, and HDD. Currently, Sony's online stores state that the Linux kit is no longer for sale in North America. However, as of July 2005, the European version was still available. The kit boots by installing a proprietary interface, the runtime environment, which is on a region-coded DVD, so the European and North American kits only work with a PS2 from their respective regions.
PlayStation is pretty gay!